Caitlin Clark's return would change the Indiana Fever roster, which faces a tough decision if it advances to the playoffs. Injuries to the Indiana Fever have not only forced the team to adapt to the absence of its teammates but also to go out and find reinforcements. On Sunday, the team made an official announcement, signing Odyssey Sims to a rest-of-season contract. On the other hand, Shea Peddy and Aerial Powers were signed to 7-day contracts due to financial difficulties. However, they will have to make a decision in the coming days. The Indiana roster. Currently in 8th place in the WNBA standings with 4 games remaining, the Fever has a chance to be one of the 8 teams competing in the playoffs. Sydney Colson, Ari McDonald and Sophie Cunningham are already ruled out for the rest of the season. Caitlin Clark and her prolonged absence due to a groin injury and Chloe Bibby dealing with a knee injury add to the team's list of absences. For this reason, the Fever were almost forced to sign Odyssey Peddy and Powers. Despite this, the team will likely have to release one of them if they ultimately qualify and if Clark returns to the team for the end of the regular season. Currently, Caitlin's absence has led Indiana to use a hardship exemption, but her comeback would change everything. The team will most likely have to choose between Peddy and Powers, as Sims will be able to play in the playoffs due to the general hardship exemption in her contract, having reached the maximum a player can sign, 3. The player the Fever decides to keep will then have to follow in Odyssey's footsteps and sign a contract for the rest of the season before the end of the regular season in order to play in the playoffs. Indiana, 21-19, is coming off a 75-63 loss to the Golden State Valkyries, 21-18, at Chase Center and has only 4 games left. On Tuesday, September 2nd, they will travel to PHX Arena to face the Phoenix Mercury. On Friday, September 5th, they will host Angel Reese's Chicago Sky at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. On Sunday, September 7th, they will face the Washington Mystics at CFG Bank Arena, Baltimore, and finally on Tuesday, September 9th, they will face the Minnesota Lynx at home. For now, we can only wait and see how Clark's recovery progresses and whether we will see her play in the playoffs with the Fever.